So here we are in Orlando, having just finished up the InfoComm 2023 edition. And having not been here since 2019, I have to say it's great to be back. Si, you've never
I've never been here, no. This is my first time here in Orlando. So I came with not many expectations, except for probably like the majority of people. Vegas maybe is the more tempting offer for an InfoComm, but do you know what? I've actually really enjoyed it here. We were quite concerned, weren't we, at the beginning of the year when we started to see the dates for all of the shows going on at the moment. Like, to be perfectly honest, we've done a lot of trade shows in the last few weeks, and so to get to this point feels like quite an achievement on a personal level as well.
But I think, in terms of the way we're feeling about the show, I definitely felt that was mirrored from talking to the exhibitors on the show floor. I don't think I heard one grumble, from everyone I spoke to.
No, it's quite a while now at these shows I've been asking people, like, how could things improve? What advice would they have for the organisers? There's always something, like, even if people are in disagreement with each other. But this is the first show that almost everybody is just like, no, it's great, it's fine.
I would say that you're not seeing maybe the internationals that we would have done, pre-COVID. Lots of South Americans coming through, Canadians, but I think very much sort of from the US predominantly.
Is that because there are so many other similar shows happening in other parts of the world, or is it the change, the post-COVID change? However, saying that, this is definitely the first show that there's no inkling of pandemic vibe about it, like not a mask in sight.
The word that I kept hearing from people was very much sort of, we're back, it's a return, that sort of, as you say, business as usual. I also was hearing very much very high quality of visitors to the booths, and so again, that makes for a happy exhibitor, doesn't it? Definitely.
Yeah. So the numbers will be really interesting. The show floor is a little bit smaller than it was the last time InfoComm was here in Orlando. Well, the last proper pre-pandemic time anyway. But it's felt busy. Like, even we've only just exited the halls. The show doors are closing right now, and there are still a ton of people in there.
On the demo room side of things, I think numbers-wise very similar. I think there were about 22 demo rooms, and all seem to be very well attended. I spoke to one manufacturer who said that they had people queuing and they had to turn people away on a couple of sessions. So, that, I think, definitely worked well again.
Definitely. I only had the opportunity to do a couple of demos, a bit of a sore spot for me really, because with so many out there, I was looking forward to spending a bit more time at them. That's just how busy the show's been. But from the people who I've spoken to, the demos have all been really well attended throughout the whole thing.
In terms of product launches though, what were your feelings? I mean, I personally felt there were more launches than we've seen in a long time at a show.
There have been loads of product launches, of course. I mean, supply chain issues, I guess, are starting to ease up now after the last year or so. But interesting also, the big focus on software, because I guess that's where everybody's been piling their resources in throughout that crisis. So it's slightly ironic that a lot of the conversations are around software when now we're finally at the point that the real hardware is available and back out there again.
We're by no means back to, the old days of, sort of big, grand gestures or anything like that, but it's a feeling of normality returning. Yeah.
And on the technology side, I guess, like we said, we've done so many of these similar kind of shows over recent weeks. There's no real revolutionary, new product or innovation or things coming out. It's the similar kind of things we've been talking about. Emphasis on virtual production, lots of big, bright LED screens, high resolution displays. But the thing I found quite interesting here is the conversation around the office. Like, a lot of employers now want people back in the office, even if their employees don't necessarily want to return to the office. So whereas before it was all about hybrid, letting people do what they want and work from ever, now it's like, what compelling reason can we put in the boardroom or in the office or whatever that actually tempts them to come back in?
So, your first time at Orlando, hopefully not going to be your last.
Really great to be here. I've really enjoyed it. But swinging back to where we started again, I'm glad we've made it to this end point.
Yeah. And time to go home. And also, I think it might rain in a minute.
Sounds like a storm's on the way.
Thanks for watching.